Hey there, Elder Statesman back here again with another deck tech. So we have a Gruul deck, not based around Rhythm of the Wild this time though. I haven't yet really been able to get those decks to work as well as I'd like. But what I have created is a version of Stompy. So I've been playing this style of deck since the early 90s when the game first came out. Beefy green creatures backed up with red burn. My inspiration for this was basically the mono red decks from the last standard. I use that as kind of a template. 12 burn spells, so many creature spells. One drops, I've got Llanowar Elves and Pelt Collectors. Llanowar Elves, the acceleration is really nice for this. Pelt Collector, I've gotten up to 4/4 before. It generally is going to be a 2/2. So it's comparable to the 1/2 wizard. For my 2-drops, I've got Growth Chamber Guardian, which is just an amazing card. I've got Branch Walker, and I've got the Zertog Goblin. So the Zertog Goblin can be a 3-power, the Branch Walker can be a 3-power, the Growth Chamber Guardian can be a 4-power. These are all bigger than the 2-drops, for the most part, that the red deck plays, except for the 1/1 that gets +1 counters every time you cast a red spell. That one can get up to a 4/4, which is comparable to the Growth Chamber Guardian. 3-drops, I got the Spellbreaker instead of the Chain Whirler. And then I've got a couple Sunder Shamans in there right now. For burn spells, because I don't have the Wizards, I didn't run the Wizards Lightning. So this deck relies a little bit less on just straight burning people out. So what I went with, instead of 4 shocks, I went 2 shocks, 2 lava coil. Lava coil is better at removing blockers, so that my larger creatures can do most of the damage. Got the 4 lightning strikes, and then for my 3rd burn spell, I went with Collision Colossus. So a lot of times you can just cast this on one of your unblocked creatures, get an extra 4 damage, and it works like a burn spell. What's really nice is when you can cast it on a blocked creature. They put a 1/1 chump blocker in front of your 3/3. You cast this, and suddenly you're dealing 6 damage, which is way better than a burn spell would do. The +2 toughness generated by this comes in a lot to keep your creatures alive. There's a lot of times I can attack into, say, a Goblin Chain Whirler. That +2 toughness means my creature is going to survive. I'm still going to deal damage directly to the opponent's face, and I get the Chain Whirler out of the way. And then the collision side. The 6 damage to target creature with flying comes in really handy in dealing with some of the creatures that this type of deck would normally have problems with. The 6/6 flying demon, the 5/5 angel with the lifelink. Being able to just 2 mana destroy that creature works really well. So this is what I've been playing. I went 7-2 in a constructed event. I've won quite a few games. I just leveled up to Diamond 4. And I basically played this all through Platinum 1 to get up there. So we're going to show you how this deck works. I think you're going to like it. It's pretty fun. It also does seem to do fairly well against the mono red decks. I can take out a lot of their creature-based damage because my blockers are so big. It forces them to use burn spells to take out my blockers, so they just can't kill you as quick. Alright, this is a great start. I've got a turn 2 Spellbreaker, turn 3 Spellbreaker. Potentially, if I draw into another land at some point, I could have a turn 4 Growth Chamber Guardian and activate it to draw into another Growth Chamber Guardian. So that's a great start. Okay. Start off with the elves. This could be a couple different decks. It's probably some sort of mono-white Boros variant, but no books. It could maybe be some sort of afterlife. Oh, no. Yep. Okay. Oh, that's actually going to be really handy. So generally what I try to do is, for decks running Red Burn or creature decks, I try to play these as the +1/+1. You know, won't die to 1 burn spell. Basically, I can block one of their creatures and they can use a burn spell and trade, but I get a 2-for-1 out of it. Against control decks, I generally go for the haste. I want to get my damage in while I can before because their removal most of the time will kill it regardless of how big it is. So I want to make sure I at least get some damage in. That actually is pretty nice. I'm going to go for the attack. I've got another blocker here. He doesn't have any great blocks. I mean, he can group block. Or he can 2-for-1. Like, I could see him using Dauntless Bodyguard and a Shock to take out my Spellbreaker. That's fine. I'm still dealing 3 damage to him. Alright, so play out. Spellbreaker number 2. Oh, I forgot. He has Hexproof, so he can't actually shock him during combat to kill it. We'll get out this elf. So now I can start chaining together Growth Chamber Guardians. So just every turn. Oh, okay. So I really want to get a burn spell or Collision Colossus before this Pridemate gets out of hand. So because of that, he's going to get up to at least a 4/4 next time. So I want to haste this guy. Now, I want to save this guy for an attack back when I can get in some guaranteed damage. I'll just stick with the Growth Chamber Guardian plan. We're going to send in the Spellbreakers. I don't know if he uses... I don't think he uses burn. One of the things with using this is that if I activate this, he responds by killing it with a burn spell. I don't get to draw the card. So if you're worried about that, you're better off waiting until he tries to kill it first and then do it. I don't think this deck runs burn spells, though. I think that red's for the heroic card. So... Okay. Action. Okay, yeah, right now, like a Collision Colossus would be really nice. A Lava Coil would be nice to take out this Pridemate. That's going to be a 4/4. Okay. Okay, so I attack, he blocks this guy. 4, 5, 6, 7. I can drop him down to 1. He'd have to block one of the 4/4s. So that forces him to, because if he blocks the 3/3, I still kill him. So that takes out Primate. His crackback, he's got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I live through it. Yeah. Haste. Nice. Alright, so that game was basically just straight creatures. No burn spells or anything, but I did beat a life gain deck. That's the style deck that a mono red deck would have a lot of problems with. Alright, let's see what my next game is here. So this hand's a little iffy. I got a couple things I can play, but they're basically just 1/1s. If I don't draw a red mana in the first 2 turns to get out this and have access to the Collision Colossus, then I've got a really, really, really slow start. So I think the play is to mulligan this and not take a chance. You can't afford to miss a turn or two with this deck waiting to draw into like red mana. So we're going to mulligan that. Okay, this is a better hand. I still need to get another red mana to be able to cast the Sunder Shaman, but I've got some turns to do it. Ooh, that's a good draw. Gives me something to do on turn 1. So the Sunder Shaman I like. You know, it's 5/5. They can't double block it. I've had its ability come up where it destroyed an enchantment. But I'm not completely sold on it yet. This could also be a Rekindling Phoenix. I just haven't played enough yet to decide how good that is. Okay, so we've got a red deck. Yeah, he pretty much had to kill that. Ooh. I'm gonna do this guy. I wanna see if I can get him to use a burn spell on this rather than the goblin. That's not the red mana I needed for the Sunder Shaman. Huh. Lava Runner, okay. Nice, yep. That's what I wanted to happen. Use the lightning on that guy. Now, the Zhortar Goblin comes down as a 3/3. 3/3 is a pretty good blocker against this deck. It's not the greatest because he does have a lot of 3-mana burn spells, but it is saving me life if he's using those on guys like this. But I often have the ability to block and kill a guy. Okay, what's he got? Excuse the critics, okay. Well, I was hoping for the red mana, but this actually isn't bad. I mean, that works, but not as much as you'd hope, because they still have a 3/3 left. See, the creatures I can put out, because they're large enough to block and survive against most of his attacking creatures, he's got to use his burn spells to take him out. And so, considering what turn it is, I'm at a pretty high life level. I could start attacking. Use the lightning strike to kill the lava runner to prevent him from triggering Spectacle. I'd really like to get the Thunder Shaman out. The problem is, if I use this and he gets a Chain Whirler, I need the lightning strike to take out the Chain Whirler. So I've got 7 attacks to kill him. He can kill me in 7 attacks as well. I'm going to keep my guy back as a blocker at the moment. Soak up damage. I really need to get this guy out. I could use the red mana or another creature. So I have one creature back to block while I send another into attack. Do I take the damage? I think I do. Okay, now I'm going to kill the lava runner. Okay, red mana. Dang it. So one drawback with the deck is I have to have enough untapped green mana to be able to play that turn 1 Llanowar Elf. So I run slightly less red mana than green mana. The other choice to go in this spot, because of that, is the Nullhide Ferox. I would have had that out already. That might be a good choice too. The only thing is it prevents you from casting spells, and I do run spells in this deck. Oh, the other choice is there's the dinosaur, the 5/5 dinosaur. Which does have some utility. I gotta kill him. And would just be a little bit easier to cast. This one I gotta let him draw. I can't go down to 3. I'm too many turns away from killing him. You know, 1 red mana in my top 15 cards. I've got 14 sources of red mana in here. Really? I think that was a mistake. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe he did it on purpose. I mean, he could have just attacked, but maybe he's afraid I'd burned it out. Yeah. So, I need to get red mana a little bit sooner on that one. Alright, we'll try one more here. See if I can get that second red mana. So, no red mana, but double Branch Walker. And I can use these to get to a red mana. So I'm going to keep this. Now the red deck. Okay. Streamer Guardian will eventually be good. We're going to put that in the graveyard. Would love to be able to play this and then follow up with the Branch Walker, but I gotta play Branch Walker here. I'm just gonna try to trade for this Pyromancer. He's got a Chain Whirler, doesn't he? Yep. I figured. From the way he played that, I figured he must have had a Chain Whirler. Take out that guy. Keep our life total up. I gotta pay the 2 life because I need to take out the Chain Whirler. Okay, got a blocker out. Okay. See if I can live through the turn. Maybe, maybe not. Wizard's Lightning that he can't cast. Oh, he got it. I had 13 damage coming at him next turn. I had the chance to potentially get him. That's 2 games in a row where I struggled to get red mana, so let's try one more. There we go. I'll give this a try. Just need to draw into some creatures, but I've got all the mana I could ever want. Okay. Land was not what I wanted to see. Let's see some creatures. That works. Might have a counter for this. I think that might have been a mistake putting that obsession on the Siren Tamer. Because you can't use the Storm Tamer to protect the Curious Obsession. Wow. That was a lot of counter magic there. Really? Another one? Okay. That's 5 counter spells he used. I can take that out, but I'm going to die to the Tempest Djinn. So we're going to concede that one. Man. My land has not been kind to me today. 2 games where I was color screwed, and then 1 game I got mana flooded. I'm playing 1 more. Okay, that seems pretty good. bag. This says to me that 3-mana sweeper spell. So I'm going to play this as a 4/4 rather than a haste. I'm gonna put the elf out. I'm not gonna need the mana acceleration for later, so if it gets killed by a deafening clarion, that's fine. Give this guy haste. It's only got 1 mana available. So we're going to drop a Colossus. This drops into 2, I think? To 3. I got the Lightning Strike to deal that last 3 damage. He really basically needs a sweeper here. Okay. So, a little bit better there. So 2 and 2. The deck does very good against control decks because of all the haste creatures, and it does have the burst potential. As you saw there, I just, hit him for 10 or 12 damage all at once. Give you one last look at the deck here. Like I said, this spot's still in flux. I might want to go with the dinosaur instead. I might want to add in another dual land or two. It'd be coming to play tapped land, which would make the elves a little bit less powerful. But if that's what I need to do to get my mana right. I mean, I've got 14 sources of red mana. And for the most part, I just have these 3 creatures. Like, usually I don't need red mana till turn 3. Unless I happen to draw a Zertog Goblin. So, we'll see. Anyways, I've been having a lot of fun with this deck. I even played a version of this deck in the Ravnica only. And went 5-0 in that with a version of this deck. So it's pretty fun. It's a fun variant to the mono red deck. If like Gagger wanted to try something a little bit different, I plan on having a video for the mono red deck a little bit later in the week because some of the stuff that deck can do is just kind of stupid with the light up the stage and all the burn that it has. So I'll probably have a video on that as well. And then we'll start moving into some other colors. Try to move away from the red-green, but this has been the best red-green deck I've come up with so far, and it's been doing pretty good. So, if you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any decks you'd like to see me try, if you have any ideas for making this deck a little bit better, if you've had any success with this style of deck. And I will see you on Wednesday with another draft video. One last core set draft video, and then we'll be able to start drafting Ravnica Legions. So I will see you then.